What's up, everybody? I am Kayy Simone. Alongside me, I have none other than my main man, OliJawn. And you guys are now tuned into yet another episode of Champions Corner here at our home base of LRM Network. Ali, what's good?
What's good, Joe?
What's up?
I'm coolin'. How are you?
I'm alright. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Hot enough for you?
Yeah. Very in the middle of this nasty heat
No, it's
wave.
definitely nasty outside.
And people wonder why I say I hate summer. Can't stand it.
You know what? I think I'm getting to that point too.
Yeah,
To where like summer is like not the thing for me.
Yeah, I'm too old. I'm too old to be being hot like this, yo. Like it's a wrap for me. I'm too old.
What?
Yeah, too old.
How you too old to be hot?
I'm too old.
So
to
old
be
people
this
don't get
yo.
hot?
Nah, bro. Old son. You know old people don't be hot because old people don't really be running the AC like that.
Oh.
They just be sitting in the crib, window open, door open.
Who house?
Listen.
My house? Polar Express out that month.
Oh yeah. This weather be the weather where I wish I had central air in the crib. Just everywhere I go, just cold.
I'm not gonna lie though, the window ACs definitely hit though.
They do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. I stole my mom AC this year. I'm sorry, mom, but
What?
yeah, nah,
So you let your mom be hot?
Nah, she got my AC. She got my old AC.
Was
So
it
she ain't
broke?
hot. Nah, it wasn't broke or nothing. Hers was just a little bit more modern. You feel what I'm saying? Like now I got energy
hell.
saver on mine. I got my favorite thing is the timer. So like when I go to sleep, like say if I go to sleep at like 12, I'll put the timer on for like 4 hours. So then it'll turn off at 4 a.m. by itself, and then I'm cool
You get
for
to
the rest
wake
of the
up
night.
and be
Yeah,
hot.
you feel me?
Okay.
That's my favorite feature on that. You feel me?
Okay.
But next year I'll probably buy a new one.
Yeah, I honestly probably would prefer that type of AC.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the best.
You have
for-
more control. I
Yeah.
guess, if you want to say. So we're gonna start out like this. Yesterday was very hectic for social media. Once again, we had an incident that occurred in Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Last Friday, a YT man by the name of Edward Matthews, but we're gonna call him Fat Fuck because that's what he is. So last Friday, Fat Fuck had a incident with an African American man. But I actually think he was African because I heard like a little bit of an accent, in which escalated into Fat Fuck calling the African American man the N-word with the ER. Don't want to say it. Monkey. All type of derogatory terms for African American people. It was disgusting. But anyway, to say the least, he decided it was okay for him to tell everybody to pull up and catch him outside. So guess what Jersey did?
You know
We
how
caught
Jersey
him
get down.
outside. You feel me?
You know how Jersey get down. Can't tell Jersey to pull up and not expect them to pull up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as much as I hate to see things like that happen to that magnitude to our people, I was so proud to see Jersey really show up and stand the fuck up for what it is that we believe in.
Yeah.
Black lives do matter. Let's not forget what we're fighting for. I just don't know if I feel like there's going to be any real repercussions. That's me.
Well, for one, that was beautifully said. You feel what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I didn't watch the video because I don't really like seeing stuff like that. You feel me? It just does something to my psyche. I don't really like that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you know, I'm kept abreast with this story, and all in all, we still living in a rough time.
Yeah.
No matter how we want to cut it, slice it, and dice it. You feel what I'm saying? We still in a rough time, and you know, I don't think any real punishment will be laid down to him simply because, like, honestly, like, there's no like real law to be against racists. Like, ain't no real law. Like, you verbally assaulted and verbally abused a man, so like that's a charge. But there's no real law against racism. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's not too much can happen, but I'm just glad to see Jersey come together and be portrayed in a positive light because, you know, at the end of the day, even though there's a big North Jersey, South Jersey divide, it's
We're all still Jersey.
yeah, it's cool to, you know, finally see New Jersey as the North and the South come together for, you know, one specific cause, because we could beef with each other all the time, but once the outsider come in, you can't do that. You feel me? This is a family dispute. Can't nobody from the outside talk about family. You feel what I'm saying? And I seen a video of the police taking him out of his crib.
Yeah.
You know, it was a crowd of people out there. As soon as they took him out the crib, they was just launching stuff at him.
Yeah.
Like, and you know,
Bottles,
I can't tell nobody how to feel. You feel what I'm saying? Because I wasn't there. I ain't gonna tell people to not throw things, because.
But you basically feel like there was a more peaceful way for it.
Yeah, there's always a more peaceful way, but you know, we've been oppressed and stepped on for so long. Sometimes it's the only way we can get our point across. So I ain't mad at it. If this how they gotta feel you, then this how they gotta feel you.
Yeah,
that's it.
The arrest to me just seemed more like a here, damn, all right, we gonna take him out. Like, all right, chill out. Yeah. Like, you know, it didn't really feel to me like it was something that they wanted to do. Yeah. It was more so something that they had to do at the moment, because they knew shit was going to get even more real for that individual. But very sick. Salutes to everybody that showed up and showed out yesterday, because that was really dope. Yeah. And we just got to keep our foots on their necks, man, or else shit just going to keep happening. I mean, it's going to keep happening anyway, but just to see people actually taking a stand for what they believed in was definitely dope. Yeah, so. I
low-key think that the cops only really got him and arrested him because...
For safety, probably.
Like, yeah, safety reasons. That's it. Because you can't have that large amount of people outside of somebody's crib and, one, not be a disturbance to the neighborhood, two, the man's safety, the safety of the rest of his neighbors who probably have nothing to do with that, but, you know, just because of proximity, a lot of things could go left. So they definitely had to do that, and I feel like that was the only reason why they did that, not because of racist comments or whatever. But we
gotta just keep holding people accountable.
Yeah, at this point, we just gotta take these small victories and keep pushing forward and hope they lead to bigger and more meaningful victories.
So, speaking of accountability, moves on to my next topic. We have Shikari Richardson. Did I say Shikari? Shikari. Excuse me, sister. Shikari Richardson, who failed a marijuana drug test for marijuana the other day, will not be able to participate in the Olympics this year. I'm so sad. What was your take on that story?
It's very unfortunate, of course. Yeah. It's always very unfortunate because, you know, she kind of took the social media war by storm within the past 2.5, 3 weeks. And, you know, we were set to have a duel between Jamaica's Shelly Ann Frazier and Shikari Richardson. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not here to say who was going to win or who was going to lose, but you feel me? It's a duel that we were deprived from. You feel what I'm saying? And she, at the end of the day, she knows she can't do that. Yeah. And she expressed that. You feel me? And, you know, she gave her reasoning because, you know, I was dealing with a lot. My mother had passed. Yeah. I had to find that out secondhand through a reporter, not even from my family, from a reporter. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how she decided to cope. And, you know, she understood what she did. She knew the rules. And, you know, she's not crying or complaining about the consequences. She didn't appeal the suspension. I mean, she didn't appeal the suspension. Yeah. So, like, she already knew what it was. Right. And, you know, it is what it is. It's very unfortunate, but, you know, rules are rules.
Yeah. And rules I know a lot of people are like really upset, and I mean, I guess you have every right to be if that's how you want to call it, but I think the situation at hand goes further than just the Olympics. I think that we really have to start paying attention to our peers and their mental health, because it's like we hold them at a high standard for whatever their profession is, but we're really not looking at what it is that they have going on around them. Yeah. A prime example, the tennis player,
Naomi Osaka.
Yes. Yeah. Who was like, look, I got shit going on right now, and this can't be my main focus. I understand this is my job to entertain you guys, but what goes on in here, if I can't do that, I can't do this. Yeah. And I think that's what we really have to pay attention to when we start, you know, getting into these professions and games. And
yeah, this has to be a main focus for our athletes, because it's a thing with, like, when somebody becomes a super popular athlete, it's almost like they're not human anymore. Yeah. So, like, people think whatever they say can't affect these people. Yep. These people are supposed to be perfect. They can't make any mistakes. And because they have this money, this fame, and this stature that they just can't make a wrong decision.
Exactly.
These people are all human. Like I was telling people, Shikari is 20, 21.
Still young.
Y'all couldn't tell me at all. If I was 20 years old, 21 years old, on top of the world, the fastest woman in the United States of America, I'd probably be in jail. You kidding me? I'd have been tweaking. I'd have been in jail. Like, you feel me? It's so much that comes with that. And it's so much pressure on people. So you don't ever want to add more pressure than what they're already feeling, because at the end of the day, they're human. Absolutely. No human being is supposed to be under this much pressure and this much scrutiny. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your brain. It's not healthy for your family. It's just not. It's not a healthy situation at all. And shout out to Naomi Osaka for real, because it first started out. She said, I won't be doing any interviews at, I forget which major championship it was, because of, I want to prioritize my mental health. Like, a lot of these interviews make me like, they make me nervous. Like my nerves just, so I'm just want to prioritize my mental health. And then, people started to make it a huge ordeal. I think the World Tennis Association started making it a big ordeal. And she said, you know what, that's fine. I'm just going to pull out of the tournament altogether. Like, I didn't mean to become a distraction for anything. And, I think now they're standing behind her because they see how much, how powerful she is and the kind of people that she has behind her. And I feel like mental health is already starting to be a big thing in sports, but I think it's going to start becoming even bigger and more of a hot topic, because these people are human still, and they deal with the same thing that we deal with, just on a grander scale.
And it's crazy because I think that the mental health struggle, I'm not saying that older people don't struggle, but it's mainly coming down hard on us young people. Yeah. Like ages 20 and up. Yeah. I'm not saying that older people don't have those type of issues, but we have so much pressure on us. Yeah. And like, just out of transparency, I'm 25 and I struggle a lot with anxiety. Like sometimes your brain just causes you to overthink things. And then especially when you're in a position of, I guess you can say like a higher power, like we have our own platform. You want to be perfect. You want to be great. It's like, oh my God, what if I run out of things to say? What if I don't do this right? And for me, I'm a mom. So it's like, oh my God, did I parent good today? Like, did I discipline my child in the right way? Like, things just go through your mind so frequently and so fast. It's like you lose control over like balancing those things. Yeah. And older people, sometimes they don't understand that because they're used to moving at a certain pace. So for them, it's like, it's what they know. I
feel like what it is between the older generation and the younger generation is that the older generation, there was only like one way to do things. Yes. Right? It was a straight line. It was no turns. There was no glitches in the system. It's just, this is how it's supposed to be. This is the way I'm going to do it because this is the way I was taught, and that's final.
That's it.
With us, we have the benefit of, the internet, social media, seeing things being done in different ways and different facets. Like, us in this generation, if we don't like the way something is going, we're gonna change it.
Absolutely.
If we hate this job, we're not gonna stay at this job that we hate because it pays us well. No, we're gonna leave.
Thank you.
We're gonna leave. You feel what I'm saying? So that's I feel like the biggest disconnect. We're the generation of change. Like, we're always gonna change something, and I feel like that's gonna make us a lot more versatile. It's gonna make us a lot more well-rounded, and I feel like it's only gonna get bigger and better as we raise our children now. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to teach them new ways to do things. Hey, maybe our way isn't the best way to do it, and I'm open to seeing what other ways
I can possibly do it.
Exactly. I feel like that's the biggest disconnect.
So true. Yeah. I have that conversation with my grandmother like all the time, because it's like, as much as I appreciate hearing her opinion on things, it's so different because the times have changed. Right. So it's like, well, you can do this and like you'll make so much more money, and I'm like, but how many people do you know right now that are in a position to where they're doing what pays the bills, but they're unhappy? Exactly. Like, you meet so many of those people on a daily. Those big corporations, they like those rich. I'm not gonna say white because it's not just white people, but those rich people in power, they're not all the time are they happy. They're not. They're not. And they turn to other things beyond marijuana. Yeah, that's why their life outside of work be so like crazy. Exactly. Because they're unhappy with what they do, what they have to do.
Like it's terrible.
And it's when you see those shows where it's like the rich white lawyer, he leaves his job and he goes to like the dirtiest fucking strip club and he's snorting coke and he in the fucking hotel, a whole bunch of whores like that. That's really how it is. They're not happy, so they turn to the, as Ali would call it, the low hanging fruit.
The low hanging fruit.
And they're tempted and they bite it and
you feel me? They get what
crazy.
They get. But it's crazy. It's crazy because like you always want to do something that you love and you always want to be like compensated well at the same time. Yeah. Like, and a lot of those times
you're not.
Those two things don't align as well as they should. So we're just stuck in that balance to where, we need something that's gonna like pay the bills and we need to do something that we love, and we trying to get as close together. We trying to get those two things as close together as possible, so we could just be sane, not even happy, just be sane, and we just don't want to go crazy.
Okay, so I have a question. We both went to school. I'm assuming what's your degree in?
Comm studies.
Okay, we both have the same title on our degree. Do you feel as though going to college helped you within your career, or is something you could have done without?
I think a little bit of both.
Okay.
Like, I say both because a lot of the skills that I learned in college, it's like I could have learned that by watching a whole bunch of videos. You feel what I'm saying? I definitely could have learned that. But it's something to be said about just going there every day, and especially in our field, learning how to communicate with different people. Like, we see different people almost every day. Being in a class setting and learning how to express yourself, learning how to express your opinions properly, learning how to how can I say this? Learning how to moderate your opinion, learning how to filter your opinion, learning how to filter your thoughts so they come out a lot smoother. School teaches you how to be politically correct as well, because we're going to be liars if we say that we don't have to be politically correct in this world. So it definitely teaches you how to be politically correct, and it teaches you how to respect other people's opinions.
Yeah.
And it also teaches you that not everybody, like, not your opinion doesn't have to be heard all the time. Like, you may have a valid point, but your opinion just doesn't need to be heard sometimes.
That's something I struggle with. I don't know if it's just because I'm me. I don't know if it's because I'm a stubborn ass Taurus, but
oh God, it's definitely because you're a Taurus.
What?
100%.
Anyway, I just feel like I don't know. I just have that mindset. Like, I just can't keep my fucking mouth shut. If I feel some type of way, I feel like I have to speak on it. It's so hard not to.
It really depends on the matter though. Like, I've definitely learned that, like, if I feel super duper strongly about something, then you feel me, I'll probably speak on it. But I always think, like, before I give my opinion, is this gonna shift the course of conversation? Is this gonna shift the course of the person's train of thought? Is this really needed right now? Does this need to be heard? And if the answer is no to all them questions,
so what if you get two yeses and a no, or like what if they mix and match answers? Then
you're gonna have to debate with yourself which one is more important to you. Is it like, does the shift in the conversation more important to you? Is the shift in the person's train of thought more important to you? Like, that's when you got to start, figuring out which one is more important to you.
I just feel like in a lot of aspects of like my life, I played small in so many like fields that now it's like I don't want to play small no more. Like, I want you to hear what the fuck I have to say. It's like, you ever been in so many situations where you just like, you know what, you got it. All right, I'm not going to say nothing.
Right.
And then that shit, it doesn't do you any good. Because it's like, sometimes people really do need to hear how you feel or whatever it is that you need to say.
And there's definitely certain points in your life, certain areas of your life where you should never compromise your voice. Yeah. Ever.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, especially in this space that we're in, because we have a platform, I don't feel like you should ever compromise your voice here. Never, ever. Actually, it's good that you have a lot to say. You feel what I'm saying? People need to hear you.
It'd be
of course, listen. Of course, listen. I already know what you talking about.
It'd be shit that I really probably don't need to say. But my mom's like, "You always gotta get the last word." Yep. Y'all gonna hear me today.
You know it's crazy. You know it's crazy. You might go through that same struggle with your daughter.
Oh, I do. Oh my God. Yo, having a baby girl is not for the weak.
I can imagine.
I was okay at first, but now she's getting older, and it's like I be like, oh, girl, I just want to.
She be talking back to you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. My daughter does talk back. Sometimes I have to laugh at it though, because I be like, girl, you are your mother's child. But then other times it'd be like, all right, look. I'm the mama, you the child.
I'm your mama now. Listen, I'm your mama now, so you better relax.
Yeah, she be forgetting.
Yeah. Love kids though. So pure. They don't know no better. They're so pure.
I guess.
That's why I want to have a daughter second.
You know, I don't even know if I want I do want a boy, but I live with one, and let me tell you, it compromises how I feel a little bit.
Why?
Because y'all dirty.
All right.
Men are so
all right. Listen, this is what we're gonna do, right? Here's what we're gonna do. How old is your brother?
16.
Oh yeah, he's at that stage. He's at the phase now. Like there's a phase in a boy's life where they not dirty, but like they don't practice the most cleanliness of habits.
Oh, you had this problem?
I think I don't want to speak for all men. Like I don't want to speak for all men, but I feel like a good majority of kids, when they go through a certain phase where they don't practice the most cleanliness of habits, is usually right when they start puberty, because their body is changing and they don't know what's going on. So like when you was 12 and you could just take one shower a day and never smell bad, and then one day when you're 14, one shower is not enough for you. Now you got to take 2 or 3 because there's just a certain odor coming from your body that you've never experienced before. Like one day you wake up and just shit is different. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like, but once a boy gets past that phase, like that phase, and it's at different ages for every boy. Once a boy gets past that phase, it's usually good. Yeah. Because then, you know, things start to stick in their brain, and it's usually when, you know, they start liking girls a lot. Because when boys start liking girls a lot, like, you know, it'll change. Things will change.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt right now, but, you know. Oh, whatever. Anywho, a couple of days ago, Mr. Bill Cosby was released from prison. Off of, I can't even say what charges because everybody has a different story at this point. For what we know, he was allegedly accused of raping, drugging underage and the right age. I don't know the fucking word. Women.
The right age.
So that's been a huge discussion on social media. A lot of people are happy that Mr. Cosby is out, released, free. Reasonings depends on who you ask.
Right, definitely depends.
How you feel about it?
I was talking about this with somebody I think yesterday. I really don't have no opinion on this.
Yeah,
like I really don't. I'm not one way or another. I really don't have an opinion on this. Like,
that's crazy because when I saw the headline, I felt the same way. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the only thing that did bother me is the fact that we don't take allegations, like heinous allegations like that, serious when it's a person of color. And that's what bothers me about a lot of people of color. It's like they think that I'm supposed to just agree with something that someone did because they're black. Or I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that Bill Cosby is I can't say the man is innocent. I'm sorry. It just won't roll off my tongue. I think something was there. I don't know what, because I wasn't there, but I'm not just going to roll with the punches because Bill Cosby's black.
It's really a catch-22 when you get into these situations because, like, you want to believe the accusers, and then you also want to believe that somebody wasn't capable of doing something like this. And then on top of that, because this is a special case scenario because it was so long ago.
Exactly.
That it's like, and it like things like this sound terrible, but certain things that are not socially acceptable today were socially acceptable back then.
In the day.
So like handing women Quaaludes and telling them to take it was socially acceptable back in the day. Like all of them was doing it. Not saying it was right, but that's like that was the times. Just like shit, probably 10, 15 years ago, getting a woman drunk and having sex with a woman was acceptable. That's not acceptable today. You feel what I'm saying? Things change over time, and I'm not one to say somebody should be punished or not punished for something that was acceptable back then that became illegal now. I'm not the, judge, jury, and executioner on that. I don't have no opinion on that. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know how that should go, but it's just everything, like, I don't have an opinion on it. Everything is just so, like, it's a lot.
But here's my thing.
A lot.
History repeats itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even back in those times, white families were not ever accepting of black males.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we still go through that to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So you as a black man, even in the 19 what the fuck ever, knew me being with a white woman is not socially acceptable. Why would you even want to put yourself in that situation? That's my thing. All the free vagina in this world, it had to come from a white woman.
I mean, I don't even know. Because, like, I'm not going to sit here and express my views on, white women or anything of that nature, because I'm not, like...
But that's what most people are upset. That's what most people were clapping about. Like, oh, okay, yeah, he ain't do it because you know how white women are. Like, that, to me, that narrative just doesn't make sense.
It's everything is just sick. Everything is sick. And I guess back then, because... I guess segregation just became legal not too far. I mean, desegregation, whatever you call it, segregation was banned, not too many years prior, that everybody could just be open and willing and free. And usually when you're an adult, you don't have to deal with parents. So, they're just happy-go-lucky and having fun. And he's having groupies, and, groupies is they all taking drugs. They're all drinking alcohol, like, and it's just one big blur, like, and that's how people was living back in the day. Just one big blur of drugs, alcohol, and sex. Whether consent was present or not, only they know. We don't know.
That's
only
crazy.
They know. You feel what I'm saying? And it was so far long ago that these details, like,
don't even matter anymore.
Like, bro, it's just like, it's like the longest game of telephone ever at this point. Like, you can't even play a game of telephone with 20 people and get the same answer. You think we could play a game of telephone with something that happened 30, 40, 50 years ago, and then every minute detail just be so perfect and so right? Like, everything is just, it's just a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to digest. And people rushing to call somebody guilty or not guilty when facts are skewed and there's no real, like, there's evidence on the case, but some of the evidence don't match up to this, and this is going on. Like, everything is ridiculous, and the media plays a big part in this.
It does.
Every media outlet has a different agenda. Yo, I want him to be guilty. Yo, I want him to be innocent. Yo, we're just going to push our views on you, and we're going to purposefully omit things that are very important to the case so we can sway you this way, because public opinion is literally the judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to celebrities.
If Bill Cosby would have got released and everybody was just like, oh, okay, cool, I probably would have been all right. But it was the fact that people were sitting here saying, oh, Bill Cosby got released, let's release R. Kelly next. Like, okay, hold on.
Pump your brakes.
Now you pushing a whole different narrative. So to me, you're basically saying that Bill Cosby is guilty. His guilty ass is out. So now let's let out another guilty ass rapist. Like, that's basically what you're saying.
Pump your
R. Kelly is a full-blown rapist. Like, there's so much evidence against R. Kelly right now that I don't see how anyone, especially people with kids, will ever say, let R. Kelly out. Yeah.
Now, granted, and I believe I said this when it was going on, when Surviving R. Kelly came out, the stuff that R. Kelly has been doing in the most recent years with the women that are of age, like, what do you want us to do, right? They called for wellness checks. The women said they was good. Whether they was freaking, I don't even know what the term was, whether they was hypnotized or whatever have you, brainwashed, you feel me? Like, it is what it is. These women are of age. They're within the legal age in the United States to make their own decisions, and this is the decision that they're making.
So that makes it
now,
okay?
No, let me finish.
Yeah,
is it
hurry up and clean this up.
Is it a disgusting thing to be doing as a 50-something-year-old man? Yes, it's disgusting. It's horrible. But within the law of the United States, it's not illegal. But morally and ethically, it's a disgusting thing to do, and you shouldn't be doing that. Now, what he did with everything else that he got off for, he should have been under the jail a long time ago. Like, he shouldn't have, like, this shouldn't even be a conversation right now. He should have been in jail. No bullshit. We should have been talking about, oh, shit, it's 2021. R. Kelly get out soon. Like, that should have been the conversation we should be having right now from the shit that he did in fucking... since the 90s. You feel me? So it's...
The only reason why I'm going to slightly...
keep that nigga in there.
I'm going to slightly disagree with you because these women weren't always of age.
That's why I made it clear the ones that were of age. And to wrap this little point up that I had, the ones that he kind of tried to groom when they was 17 to become 18 so he can do this, that's fucking nasty too. And that's illegal. You can't do that shit. That's weird, and you shouldn't be doing that.
That's the part I was waiting for.
Yeah, I completely forgot the fact. I forgot that little tidbit that they was that he caught them when they was 17 and they turned 18 like next year. And he was grooming them
when they were like young, and he was telling the families like, I can make your child a star.
Shit like
you
that.
You like completely in my eyes, that's kidnapping. Like you sold these kids a false dream.
It is.
Like you didn't put them under your wing to help them. You put them under your wing to have sex with them.
Yeah, like that's filth.
Sick.
That's literally filth.
That is so sick.
You feel me? And you should be under the jail for shit like that.
I can't. Now, if we're talking music, which we have on the show numerous times, then my stance is definitely different. But morally, as a person, R. Kelly is fucking sick.
Morally, he's a horrible, sick individual, and he should have been under the jail a long time ago.
That's why.
But you know,
and everybody around him too. They all going to hell.
They was all complicit in this nastiness. Damn,
people really sell their souls for dollars, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. They sell their soul for dollars. They feel like that's what it takes to make it.
No.
Yo, let me tell you, you don't got to sell your soul to make it. I promise you don't.
Like, you can still have integrity and have everything that you would always do in your life. Like, it's been done. Nipsey Hussle, God rest his soul. J. Cole.
You can always have your integrity.
But those are the people that, besides Nipsey, that we don't really pay attention to.
You know what it is too?
Because they're considered to be boring.
People don't want, like, the grind to get there is real ugly. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not pretty. Yeah. Like, if you look at everybody that you just named, if you look at their story, it took them mad long to get on. You feel me? But once they were able to get on, they built it to where they don't have to do anything they don't want to do. You'll never see J. Cole do something that he don't want to do, ever. You'll never see Kendrick do something that he don't want to do. Nipsey's entire career, he did this shit his own way. You feel what I'm saying? So you can always make it with and keep your integrity. Granted, if you want to sell your integrity away, go ahead. You'll make it a little bit faster, but you'll just be a puppet for everybody. Like, they just know that there's a dollar amount attached to you, and for the right price, you'll do whatever they ask you to. You'll sell your family out for the right price. You feel me?
If I could pick anybody that I would like want to be like in the game, it probably would be Master P.
Master P did what he had to do.
Master P is still doing what he got to do. First of all, those kids are well groomed. Like, they are well groomed. They are set for life, and that's with shit in their own name, apart from what it is that their father is doing. Yeah. And not only that man, I was watching the Breakfast Club interview, and the shit that he was saying, it was just like, yo, you could really create your own lane. Like, you don't have to stay in the same lane forever. And once you create your own lane and you do it the right way, you really could just chill. Like, he could just chill.
He did that shit in music. I remember watching an Unlimited documentary a few months ago, like in the middle of quarantine or something. And he literally did that shit with music. Like, he moved from Louisiana to the Bay or something and just put that sound in the Bay, even though, like, they wasn't really feeling him at first. He kept doing it. Then a couple years later, he has his own, the No Limit sound is a thing. Like, you know No Limit producers, you know the No Limit beats, you know all of that stuff. So it's like you can always carve out your own lane in whatever space that you have.
And he just expanded.
Yeah, shout out to him for being from what I see, an amazing father. Like, I seen somewhere his youngest son, Hersey Miller, just got the $2 million likeness deal with a company because he's a basketball player. I forget where, but he got a $2 million likeness deal.
I believe he goes to a HBCU. Doesn't
Yeah,
he?
I believe so. So shout out to Master P because Master P is doing it. As much fun as people making Romeo. Romeo's well off too.
Well-groomed also.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the popularity contest, you know, when it comes to certain people. So he fell a little short to Bow Wow, and people just hold on to shit. And, you know, but at the end of the day, Romeo's good.
Yeah.
Like, his father has taught him to invest in shit beyond what people normally invest, like liquor.
Yeah.
All the celebrities invest in liquor.
Mm-hmm. That's where it's at, actually. Liquor
He
is
Master
exactly
P
where
like,
it's
yo,
at.
let's do something different. This man said he got his own fish batter. That's some shit I would want to try. Like, oh shit, he got his own fish batter. Like, what that tastes like?
Things that's super duper duper common in everyday life, but people don't think
noodles.
of.
He got his own cup noodles.
Mad
Juice,
simple.
chips, wrap snacks. Wrap snacks are amazing, first of all.
Yeah, rap snacks is really
They're
good.
good as fuck.
Good
Like,
as
it's
hell.
just that people actually need in their lives and will spend the money on. I mean,
Yeah.
we spend money on liquor too, but that's not a necessity. Like, you
It's
need
not.
food.
Yeah,
You gotta eat.
yeah, for real.
Your kids need snacks. Like,
And imagine your kid, like, imagine what it do to your child's psyche to when you get them a bag of chips and like it's their favorite artist on there
exactly.
and they black just like them. Like, imagine what it do to their psyche. You feel me? Like, just little things like that.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
go a
all
long
in
way.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm totally all in with that, and I definitely still want to try that fish fry because it probably hit. Probably does hit. But speaking of Lil Romeo, Soulja Boy and Bow Wow just had their versus battle the other day. Did you watch it?
Nah, I didn't catch it. I caught bits and pieces of it because
You know
I was out, bro. I was out. I'm sorry.
Outside is not that
I was-
important.
Listen,
We
I was
got shit to watch.
chill. I was catching it while I was outside, like I was poolside with it to my ear type shit. You feel me? Like,
Well, who you was going for?
Bow Wow.
Oh, I was going for Soulja Boy. we always differ when it
Bow
comes
Wow.
to music
Yo,
anyway.
fun fact about me growing up, my favorite rapper was Bow Wow. Easily, my favorite rapper was Bow Wow.
That's cool. I
Easily.
like Bow Wow. That was
Easily,
definitely
bro.
my era. I had all the Bow Wow CDs. Like Mike was my movie for the longest. Bow Wow really had the streets. My thing is, the most important era of our lives was our middle school, high school years. Like,
Right.
that was like when you started getting into yourself.
That was our
That
formative years.
Soulja Boy era was unmatched. Going to Skate 22, having on the colorful leg warmers with the bangles with your name belt on, lighting up. All my girls know. Joyce Leslie's, Mandy's, like, come on. Soulja Boy era was so unmatched. The Bow Wow era, we couldn't do shit. We couldn't go nowhere. We was sitting in our room
depends.
thinking about little boys that we couldn't even go see because our parents were strict. Like, how fun. Like, let's just be honest here. Like, no.
Listen, yeah, the Soulja Boy era was mad cool. It was mad cool. We got hits out of the Soulja Boy era. We got dances. You feel what I'm saying?
That was so fun.
It was.
That was so fun to me.
It was. But you know, Bow Wow's still my man, and he still got probably one of my top 10 favorite songs ever. Fresh as I'm is.
All right,
Lil
that's
Romeo
my shit,
diss.
too.
Lil Romeo diss, you feel me?
That's
Great
my shit,
song. Great song, you feel what I'm saying? But it was a solid battle though.
It
From what I
definitely
seen, it was a
was.
solid battle.
It just shows Bow Wow definitely is legendary, which we know.
He do a
So
lot of corny shit online, but you know.
Yeah, and maybe that plays a part too. Why?
Yeah. 100%.
But Soulja Boy though, he's very marketable, which I like because that's important now. Like Bow Wow's to me is not that marketable anymore. Like when you going in front of a group of kids and you like, they don't know who I am, and nobody's paying you any mind. Like that's really embarrassing for number one. For your stature of being legendary, they should have been so fucking geeked to see Bow Wow.
Yeah.
But let that have been Soulja Boy, those kids would have went crazy. Soulja Boy is like the internet mogul right now. He's
Yeah.
just funny as
Yeah.
shit
Yeah, it's crazy how Soulja Boy became marketable cuz like
by himself.
yeah, cuz it's like when you looked at Soulja Boy and his growth throughout the years, it's like when he first came out, most marketable dude ever because feel me, he had all the big colorful clothes, the shades that say Soulja Boy on it, real marketable, everything marketable. Then all of a sudden he started getting tattoos, tatted his face, became unmarketable at all to everything, started doing a whole bunch of wild stuff. And then now today it's like he's like Captain Marketable kind of thing.
He had
Like
to
you
build
could throw
himself
him
back
everywhere.
up, and that's what I respect about him. Like, he fell on a hard time, but he didn't let that stop where his career needed to go.
Right.
Nicki Minaj, you got one of the biggest female rap artists always supporting you. Nicki Minaj just hopped on yet another track of his, which to other people is probably like, who gives a fuck? But that's Nicki Minaj. Like,
Yeah.
when I heard her say her spill on the verses, I'm like, damn, you know what? Nicki probably really sees something in him. For her to keep on supporting everything it is that he do, it's like you have to see something in him. Because she could have just took that itty bitty piggy and fucking ran with it. Like, she really could have. That's how legendary Nicki is. She don't need to stay around.
Yeah.
Drake too. Drake was in the shit like, damn, you know, like
I'd have showed up for this.
Soulja, like,
Yeah,
showing
bro.
mad love.
He literally commented like, "Bro, I'd have showed up for this if you called me." Like, you feel me?
Exactly.
If Drake would have came out, he probably Soulja Boy would automatically won.
I don't think so.
He'd automatically won. If you
I don't
if you
think
get
so.
Drake to come out the house, you win automatically. If you get Drake to leave the embassy, you win. Granted, he's in the middle of like a press run right now, but if you get Drake to leave the embassy,
That would have been
won.
definitely nice to see.
Yeah, imagine Drake up there performing "Nigga, We Made It."
Yeah.
It didn't matter what Bow Wow played; it'd have been over. It'd pack it up.
And honestly,
Night.
that Breakfast Club interview kind of helped boost Soulja Boy too, because that shit was like
Drake.
everything he said, like you reference it back to that Breakfast Club interview.
Stole my whole swag, stole my whole flow, word for word,
Tell
ball
me
for ball.
what's really going on.
Yo,
He really sat up there and rapped that shit like we had no idea what he was talking about. He got Charlamagne the guy like, oh, that was you. Come on, man. That was the most funniest interview, honestly. Even the lives, he was like, Bow Wow, you sell do-rags. I got lemonade.
nah, that was both of them are great marketing minds and geniuses though, because they know how to sell a battle, and they sold that battle. They was selling it for like 2 months. They sold it, and we bought it. We bought everything.
Honestly, that was probably one of the best verses I've seen besides Gucci and Jeezy.
Yeah, there was another verses that came on too.
Oh, Keep Sweat and Bobby Brown. I clicked on that one late. You know that's not my.
You know that's my bop. R&B head over. I'm R&B man. Shout out to Keep Sweat, yo.
So he was outside for his generation, but when it came to the older generation,
Nah, I gotta sit my ass down, bro. They could teach you a thing or two. You know what I mean?
All right. So who
Who won that? Simply because of the song placements, Keith Sweat might have edged him out because Bobby didn't play like Roni
Yeah,
and
I heard
stuff.
he didn't play a lot of stuff.
Bro, he played that for like after the 20. So I'm like, bro, come on, son.
Come on, Bobby.
Yeah, but Keith Sweat was up there. Like, Keith Sweat still looked good. You feel what I'm saying? He's still in shape. Could still sing. You feel what I'm saying? Bobby
he
was
does
up
look
there.
good.
Real big. But Bobby was doing dance moves, though.
I saw.
Bobby
He
was doing
big
dance
so.
moves. I was happy to see Bobby, especially for all that Bobby's been through in his entire life. You feel me?
Yeah.
It just felt good to see Bobby in good spirits up there, being happy and being celebrated. You feel what I'm saying? But
Yes. Oh my God, he's been through a lot.
yeah, he's been through a lot. But shout out to Bobby, man. He showed up and he showed out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we are almost out of time, but we did cover a lot today.
Yeah, free Pooh Shiesty. Free Pooh Shiesty. I mean,
Yo, we didn't even get to touch on Pooh
free
Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty,
Yeah,
man.
real quick.
Free
real
that
quick.
innocent man, yo.
What makes
He ain't
you
even
think Pooh
do
Shiesty's
nothing.
innocent?
Nothing. It's just something to say. It's just something cool to say. To show my support. We with you, my good brother. Free Pooh Shiesty.
So the story is that Pooh Shiesty got indicted. Am I right? On robbery charges.
Yeah.
For this is crazy. On robbery charges for posting money that he allegedly took from the robbery.
So basically what happened was allegedly there was a robbery, somebody was robbed, and one of the bills that was found at the crime scene.
It was only one?
I think it was one, or like they found a dollar bill at the crime scene, and that serial number matched up with the serial numbers on the other bills that was to his ear on the money phone, and that's how they link that together.
Okay, so I would have to see the picture of the money phone before I could like make a judgment. Like if the
I don't know if it was a
phone
picture or a video or
this way.
Yeah.
How can you see? Like where's the
I don't know if it was a picture or a video or what have you, but I'm just gonna take this time to say publicly that the police are on the internet.
Okay.
They have been. I know, like, we think that, oh my God, the police, they'll never use the internet to come find. No.
They have a whole unit for that shit. A whole unit.
The police have been on the internet since about 2014, yo. And they've been actively using your Instagrams, your Twitters, your Facebooks, any social media that you have to catch you. Like, they're bringing up your transcripts in court. Like, on a big screen for everybody to see, you snitching on yourself. Feel what I'm saying? So do not put anything incriminating on the internet. Please, 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 because it will be used against you. And these people, especially if you're in hip hop, they are waiting for you. There's such thing as the hip hop police. Absolutely. They are waiting for you. So please, please, please be smart, be legal, and have a good set of people around you that can guide you in the right direction.
Ooh,
please.
Didn't Chamillionaire try to warn us of the hip hop police? Y'all
Yes. Years ago.
Hip hop police.
Years, bro.
You'll be history.
Years, bro. You really remember that? That's crazy.
That used to be my shit.
Bro. Years.
But he didn't lie.
He didn't, bro. It's been going on since back then, but you feel me? Social media wasn't that prevalent. They wasn't gonna pull up your MySpace.
And not only even like social media police, you got people out here waiting to turn your ass in,
literally,
for a little bit of nothing.
A little bit of nothing.
We seen it. God rest his soul. Pop Smoke, just being young and careless and not thinking about what you put on the internet. You got a little bit of money, you want to flex. What happens?
People come
Somebody
get you.
That's hating. Decided to come and kill you for a little bit of nothing.
A little bit of nothing for a couple dollars.
Very careful. More private. I don't understand what's so wrong about being private.
Bro, privacy is the best thing in the world, son. It's so
I love
gorgeous. Like, people not knowing what you do, not knowing where you're going, not knowing the most intimate and important details of your life. Yep. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing. So please, everybody be safe. Please monitor what you post on the internet, especially if you're living a life that is not within the confines of the legal structure of the United States of America. Please, 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 please watch what you do. That was good, right?
Yeah. I am Kayy Simone. Alongside me, I have my main man, OliJawn. And you guys have just tuned into yet another episode of Champions Corner here at our home base of LRM Network. We are